We are going to go through the senior set 3 lyrical kind of section by section. Somebody asked me for a video that was kind of like the technical where we explain some stuff and go at a slow tempo there. So we're going to start right at the beginning. We're going to take a slightly slow tempo to start with so you can practice with it. Right off the bat, you have a C sharp. If you can do 2, 3, 2, 3 pinky, that's going to give you your best sound, no thumb there, better than just the pinky. And then the counting off that first measure is a little bit challenging. So it's 1 and dot, triplet 3, 4, day to day. And let's pop that. Ready and pop. 1 and dot, triplet 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Don't forget that rest on bar 2. Bar 3, you have the same rhythm, but you do want to use a thumb B flat there to get a clear B flat. Then in measure 6, that's a little bit tricky with the rhythm as well. So that's 1 E and a 2, triplet 3, 4, 1. That rest isn't going to feel as big as the one just above it in measure 2. So let's pop through measure 6 while we do that. Ready, here we go. 1 E and a 2, triplet 3, 4, 1. Okay, so we're gonna go maybe a little bit slightly slower than I just counted, because what I counted I think is about quarter note equals 60. We're supposed to be at 66, but I want to go slightly slower than 60. 1, 2, ready, and go. And I am a little bit close to the camera, so my sound is maybe distorted, but it'll do okay for the counting. So that's the first 2 lines at a slightly slow tempo. Let's go right about 60. Ready, go. We are looking at the 3rd line, measure 9. Right off the bat, you've got some low notes. So we're going to start with D, go to E. You don't want to put your pinky down for that E because you're just going back to D and then into the C sharp. For me, if I make my pinky flat and straight like that, it's easier for me to reach these keys without pressing this or compromising where my fingers are on the holes here. If you don't have an open hole flute, then you're probably okay. You just want to make sure you're not opening that E flat key. The other tricky thing about this line is that you're switching between triplets and doubles and or quadruples, and there's not a lot of time for your brain to get that. So we're gonna just go through the first line talking and popping through it and see how we do there. Starting at 9, ready, and 1 E and a follow the yellow brick road and rest, and triplet 2 E and a 3 and 4 and 1 E and a triplet 3 and rest, and triplet 2 E and a 3 and rest, and 1 E and a. Okay, the next thing is measure 11. You have a really big rest before that low C. If you're having trouble focusing the notes down, you can pop this finger. So you get all of these set into your low C here with that first that flat key and the first roller, and then you're going to pop your left hand G key. it helps the C to come out a little bit quicker. And you have enough time with that rest happening before it. So for me, that helps, but sometimes it takes a little bit to get the hang of the timing of when you have to pop that note. So here we go at measure 9. A little bit slow, 1 E and a triplet, triplet. Going to the first note of measure 13, so we know the counting of that rest there. So we just did that really, really slow, about quarter note equals 40. And then we're gonna go a little bit faster. 1 E and a ready, go. Bit faster. 1 E and a ready, go. Good, let's try it at a little bit faster tempo. I'm gonna look at my clock here for seconds. So we're gonna go about 60 for 1, 2, 3, and. Starting at measure 13 with a pickup. The most challenging thing about this is that the rhythm kind of slows down. So you were used to doing a bunch of 16th notes, you have some 16th notes, and then you have that big section of all 8th notes, 8th rests, and it feels really strange to be going that slow. So you have to be really careful with your counting. Here we go. Let's see. I'm gonna go a little slower than 60. Ready, 3 and 4. Measure 14, there's a subito piano there. Subito means very suddenly. So right, first beat of 14, your mezzo forte, and then second beat softer. Here we go, we're gonna try it at 60. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and. At measure 16, that one's a little bit tricky because you're going 1 and triplet, 3 and 4. And that measure is really tricky, and you want to make sure that you're really making a difference between double, double, triplet, triplet. And it makes it even more challenging because you have a tie in from measure 15. So it's 3, 4, and triplet, 3 and 4 and 1. That, I think, is the hardest counting measure of that little section there. We're going to continue on now with the last two lines, starting at measure 19. lots of weird counting things. You have 16th note triplets versus 8th note triplets versus 16th notes versus quarter notes. So lots to confuse there. The key is keeping track of your big beat, 1, 2, and making sure that you're in the right spot. So if you want to write down like lines on your paper where the big beats are, sometimes that helps you visually to know what's going on and you're lining up with your foot if you're tapping, or your big beat here. So we're going to start right at measure 19. Just count and kind of pop through it with me. Ready? Here we are. And 1 and 2, triple it 3, 4. 1 and 2, triple it 3, 4. 1, triple it, 2 E and a 3, 4. 1, 2 E and a 3, 4. Cheeseburger, blueberry, cheeseburger, blueberry. 1, triple it, 3 and a 1, 4. 1, triple it, 2, 3, a 4 E and a 1, 2, da-da-dum. Okay, lots to go on there. Let's actually, before we play both of these lines, let's take a look at measure 23. We're going to play through it because that is the hardest part, I think, to switch with all of the counting. Ready? And... there you go. You can do that part over and over again. Rewind if you need to. And we're going to start at 19. We're going to try that same section at 60. 3 and 4. A couple of things too, again, same thing when you're into some of those low notes in measure 23, 24, I am not putting my pinky down because I'm gonna get a cleaner sound and be able to move faster without that pinky spot there. We're gonna practice some of the most difficult measures together. We're gonna start at the back and then work our way forward. So here's measure 25. That one's really tough. We're gonna just try it once together. Ready? And again, and go. Again, and go. Now, if you need to break this down further because it's not totally happening, usually it's because the A's flats to G, we just want to keep going and we don't want to go A flat to E. So we're going to start on the last 3 notes of that little spot there. So A flat, E, F. Okay, ready, and go. Again, and go. And go. Now add one more note. G, A, E, F. Da-da-da-dum. Ready, and go, and. Again, and go, and. Again, and go, and. Again, and. Again, and. Again, and. Okay. Now add the A flat right before that. Bum, ba-da-da-dum. 1, 2, ready, go. Again, ready, go. Again, and ready, go. Again, and ready, go. More time, ready, go. Good. Now add one more note. D, A, da-da-da-dum. Ready, and go. And. Again, and go. And. One more time. Ready, and go. And. Okay. Now we're going to back up to measure 23. We're going to start measures 23 and 24. Let's give the whole thing a try just to see where we're at. 1 and a ready and. So if we need to break it down, we're going to start at the back part. So we're going to just do the last triplet plus one note, E, A, E, F, ready, and go, and. One more time, and go, and. Then we're going to add one more beat. So start at the beginning of measure 24, 1, triplet, triplet, 3. 1, 2, ready, go. Try that again. Ready, and go, and. 1, and ready, go. Last time, and go, and. Now let's add one more beat. So beat 4 of measure 23, starting on the low D note. Triplet, ready, and go. That spot again, 2, and ready, go. Again, 2, ready, go. Last time, ready, and go, and. Now we're going to add one more beat, so start on beat 3, starting on the A note. 1 and a triplet, 1, and ready, go. Same spot, 2 more times, 1, 2, ready, go. One more time, 1, 2, ready, go. Now we're going to back up one more beat, so starting on beat 2 of 23 on that low C sharp there. 1 and triplet. Same spot, 2 more times, 1 and ready, go. Last time, 2, ready, go. Now add to the beginning of measure 23, starting at the very first beat. 1 and a ready, go. And just for fun, try adding one more beat, beat 4, because that belongs to measure 23. 1 and 2 and 3. One more time. 1 and 2 and 3. And remember, you can slow this down on YouTube if you want, or speed it up. We are going to take a look at measures 15 and 16, and we are going to start on measure 16 with the last 4 notes and the first beat of 17. 1 and 2 and. So we're going to be coming in to that from a triplet, so you want to just make sure that that's very square. Double, double hit. Okay, ready again and go. Now add one more beat, triple it before it. Triple it, double, double, ready, go. One more time, and ready, and go, and. Again, ready, and. Now we're gonna back up to the beginning of 16, but know that this is tricky because you're coming in from a tie of beat 4. So here we go. Measure 16 right on beat 1. Double, triple it, double, ready, and. Once more, ready, and go, and. Now add beat 4. If you find that you're having a hard time counting it when you're not playing along with me, then you can take out that tie for right now, just so that you're used to counting it. Ta, 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 ta. So I'm gonna play it with like no articulation that's written, no tie, starting on beat 4, 15, just to show you what that's like. 2, 3. So until you get used to the counting, the slurs make the counting just a little bit harder. Let's try it. You can choose if you want to do everything tongued or the articulations that are written. I'm going to play what's written there. 1, 2, 3. Do that again. Ready, 2, and 3. Once more, 2 and 3. Good. Now let's back it up. We're gonna go back 2 beats. So we're starting on the A flat. Day to day, 1, and ready, go. Once more, ready, and go. Now let's try it on beat 1 of measure 15. Okay, ready, and. And let's add in the pickup note, so it's and 1 E and a. 1, 2, 3, and. Okay. If you're having trouble with the first 4 16th notes, you can always break those down and just play those together. We are looking at the line that is third, starting with measure 9, but we're going to start at the end of that measure on measure 12 with 1 pickup note. So we're starting on the G right before measure 12. 1, 2, 3, and. Okay, if that you need breaking that down further, you have to figure out what part of it, is it the triplet or the 16th notes that are giving you trouble, and break it into smaller parts. So let's just try from the high D, da, 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 ready, and go. Again, and go. And go. One more time, and go. Add the 1 D before it, so all 4 16th notes plus 1 note. Ready, and go, and. Again, and go, and. One more time, and go, and. Now we're gonna do 2 notes of the triplet, so G, E, and then into the 16th notes. Ready, and. Those again, and ready, and. Do, and ready, and. One more time, and go, and. Now add the low A to it, triple it, ready, and go, and. Again, and go, and. Again, and go, and. again, sometimes this might be easier without doing the articulations that are written there, just to get the fingers ready to go and feeling like they're in place. So if you need to take the articulations out, that's okay. And now we're gonna start at the G right before measure 12. 2, 3, and 4. One more time, ready, and. Now we're gonna break down measure 11. So we're gonna start with the last 4 notes of that sextuplet. So starting on the B natural, all the way up to the D note. Ready, and. Again, and go, and. Ready, and go, and. One more time, ready, and go, and. Now back up to the F sharp, so we're gonna go triplet, and. Follow the yellow brick road. Ready, and go, and. Again, and go, and. If you need to slow this video down, you can slow it down if you need to. Ready, and go, and. Again, and go, and. Now we're gonna add the 4 notes right before it. Start at the beginning of measure 11. 1 E and follow the yellow brick road. And ready, go. 1, and again, and go. You might notice that I'm slapping this G note down here. I've got my fingers set on the C, and then I slap this down to make that C speak. Sometimes it takes a bit of practice to get that lined up, but it helps the C to come out quicker. 1 more time, actually 3 more times. Ready, and go, and. 2 times, ready, and go. Last time, and ready, go. We're into measure 10 now, so we're gonna do just the last 4 16th notes and quarter note, starting on beat 2 of 10. Ready, and 1. Again, and go, and. Again, and go, and. Again, and go, and. Good. Now add the triplets right before it. So starting on the beginning of measure 10, triplet, 2 E and a 3. Ready, and go, and. Again, and go, and. 1 more time, and go, and. Add the A flat right in front of it, the pickup note. 3 and 4. Again, 2 and 3 and. Again, and go, and. Now, the 8th note that comes right before the triplet, if you're thinking ahead to the triplets, you're gonna want to make that 8th note smaller. Or sometimes if you're making the 8th note right, then you don't get started on the triplet. So it's, again, it has to be very precise with the counting. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And triplet, 2 E and a 1. Okay, last 2 more times. Same spot, 2, 3, and. 1 more time, 2, 3, and 4. Now backing up to measure 9, we're going to try the last half of that sextuplet. So we're gonna start on the G, G, A, beef, B. Here we go, ready, and. Again, and go, and. Again, and go, and. Now, I like to use this little key here for the B flat. I have an extra one that you probably don't have, but so I'm going G, A, B flat, B. And you just finger B flat the same way, except instead of putting your finger here, you go here. For me, that's easier because I can get it there earlier than having to exactly coordinate A to B flat to B natural. You can't use your thumb because you can't go B flat, B natural there really easily. So if you like this little key here, I like that for B flat in this chromatic instance. So that's what I'm using there. And you can experiment with that. Sometimes right at first it seems less easy, but then you practice it a little and it gets much easier there. So let's try that once again. And if you want to give that little key a try, I'll try to get my fingers into the camera there so you can see. Ready? And again, and go, and here's with a regular B flat. And it's fine at this speed. Sometimes when you're going a little bit faster though, it's hard to get that coordinated and you hear just like a little bit of a variation in the sound or between the notes. Okay, we're going to back up to the beginning of the second beat. So starting on the low D note. Ready? And again, and you don't have to put the pinky down right away for the E. So if you're getting D, E, F, G, you don't have to put your pinky down for any of those, but you can, it doesn't matter. Ready? And ready, go. I tend to put my pinky down like right around the G note. Let's try that a little faster. Ready, and ready, and ready, go. Again, and go. Last time, ready, go. Now let's add the 4 notes right before it. 1 E and a, follow the yellow brick road. 1 E and a, ready, go. Again, and go. Again, and go. Again, and go. One more time, and go. You can use the slapping the G third finger down at the beginning of the D note to help it speak a little bit quicker if you want to. You have a big rest right before that, so there's definitely time to be able to do that. We're gonna try the whole thing, mostly for counting a little bit slower than 60, and know that the breathing plan is gonna be different when you're going a little bit slower. So you may have to take more breaths and find different spots, and then you'll find that as you speed up, then you're able to make the breaths and the phrases feel more musical and make more sense. So here we go at the very beginning. 3, 4. shutter speed, 66. 2, ready,